welcome to Warrior Addict. I'm Ben Harrison. Today we're going to be doing a brief little sequence that's about opening up your shoulders. And you know, as yoga teachers think, we often say stuff like opening the shoulders, and you know, what would be a closed shoulder and what would be an open shoulder. So really what we're talking about is undoing habitual positions that we create, right? We often sit and type, or we look at a phone, and we kind of close ourselves up habitually into this. And we do a little bit through a yoga practice as well, right? We often press more than we pull. So we round our shoulders forward here, which creates kyphosis in the upper back. It's a rounded position. And yeah, we sometimes back bend a lot, and often create kind of lordosis as well, which is a arching of the lower back. Yeah, with this kyphosis in the upper body, you know, the shoulders rounding out forward. What we need to do is try and strengthen the back of the shoulder a little bit, create some shoulder extension, create some shoulder flexion, open up the rotator cuffs, external rotate. So yeah, we're going to get into all these functions today, guys, and hopefully this will be a little bit of desk therapy for you if you have a desk job, and for everyone else, myself included, if you stare at your phone too much, this is the one. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start on our backs, as always, lying down, Supta Baddha Konasana. There's zero variation with my practice and with my classes, always right here. And just allow the knees to open out towards the mat, diamond shape, Power Rangers, put this over the top of your belly button. It's not a mudra, there's nothing esoteric about it, it's just a place to breathe into. So start to breathe through your nose, inhale, feel the fingertips lift. Exhale. Fingertips come back down. So of course, guys, work around and work with any injuries you have. Okay. Throughout these sequence today that we're doing, you never want to move into pain. You might go sometimes into discomfort. We'll try and manage that. It's a comfortably uncomfortable experience. Long, slow exhalations or stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system to get us in the right state for practice. Spend a lot of our time in the sympathetic nervous system. So here in London, you know, we jump on the underground in rush hour. Some of us drink black coffee, some of us do CrossFit, some of us run hills. I mean, you know, there's so much we do for our sympathetic nervous system. Deadlines, email inboxes. Try and just breathe slow and have our yoga practice in the parasympathetic state. Alright, inhale. Slowly bring the knees up together. Use your hands if you have to. If you want to, catch a hold of the hamstrings. Gonna rock and roll up and down the back 3 times to seated. Again, you can always miss this out, you know. You can always just roll to the right side and push it to seated if you prefer that. And bring it up, right. And walk forward. So coming up into a tabletop position. We're gonna work a little warm up for the wrists. So I'm gonna turn the biceps forward, round out the back. Just start to take kind of oval shapes, really, more than circles. Push all the fingertips down. And to tell you the truth, I don't even like to call this a warm-up. It's conditioning, it's therapy. It's so much more than a warming up for the wrists. We're pushing down the index finger knuckles. You feel your brachialis biceps switch on when we do that. And we're moving kind of anti-clockwise, more in ovals, more front and back rather than out to the sides. We don't generally want to create loads of pressure and accumulate, you know, soreness on the outside of the wrist too much. That's usually not a great thing to acquire through practice. Come to center, turn the hands over, be on the backs of the hands, on the wrists, rocking back and forth. 3, 2, 1. Finally get an abduction of the wrists. We're going to come up onto the knuckles. I'm going to rock back and forth here. You can always do this stuff from a plank. You can go into a plank and do them one at a time if you wanted to get a little bit of additional core work here. It's your call. Of course, if you move the knees forward, things get lighter. If you move the knees backwards, things get heavier. Alright guys, bring the hands down onto the mat. So let's explore protraction, retraction now for our shoulder girdle. So we're going to let the chest come down and then push and round out up. Coming down, round that up. You've probably already experienced this if you've practiced my master the pose press handstand video. The thing to avoid is the elbows bending. So always see this happening. And we need this, guys. So we need this to do handstands and hand balances. We need this to be strong and mobile and to release some of that tension from out under our shoulder blades. If you're feeling strong with it, by all means do it from a plank. 3, 2, 1, and hinge back into down dog. So you can say that this is our first shoulder opener. The shoulders are in flexion now, but we're trying to externally rotate, so we're trying to turn the armpits to face one another. Heavy on the insides of the hands. You can bend the knees as much as you need to try and create a flat spine. So you push the heels down, but if the back's rounded, we lose a lot of what's great about this pose. So nod the head a few times, yes. Say yes to remind yourself that yes, you should relax your neck. And down dog, and allow the weight of the head, which is 14 pounds probably, to stretch the spine. If you've got a big dome head like me, it's 15 pounds of weight stretching the spine. Take a bend in the knees, raise on the tiptoes, look forward. You can exhale and you can hop, step, walk, float, or jump to the top of the mat. You can be feet together if you're traditional. I like to go feet hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. You can support yourself with hands on shins or float the hands. Rotate internally, separate the seat bones, and exhale. Hands on the mat. We're in a forward fold. So you could be here. You could be hands flat on the mat, but I want you to try not to round the back too much. So, you know, maybe you're up here, just sliding the hands down towards the ankles, keeping a little softness in the leg. That's completely okay. Now I'm going to bring the hands together and inhale. Come up through vertical, everything straightens out. Squeeze bum, create a little back bend. Again, a little shoulder opener. That doesn't have to be and probably shouldn't be huge. And exhale, repeat that. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step on back through to plank. Shrug up and down for 5, 4, 3. It's more about quality movement. 2, the repetitions. 1, it's about time under tension. Hinge back, downward facing dog. So I've got this straight arm sun salutation. And I think it's really useful in a yoga class because it isn't traditional, but it allows us to really understand straight arm strength. To understand how to move our shoulders, and that unlocks a lot of poses like crane pose and handstand and stuff like that. Bend the knees, raise on the toes. You can hop, one day float with straight legs, or walk up to the top of the mat. Feet together, all hip distance. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. We're going to exhale, hands towards the mat, forward fold. Hands together, inhale. Coming up, through vertical, past vertical. On the exhale, coming back towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the mat. Step on back to plank position. And again, we'll just up and down the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring the knees down. So one of the best things that we can do to open up our shoulders and external rotation is a forearm stand. I'd suggest if you have a block with you, I don't right now, you know, put it between your hands to keep the number 11. If you've got a nice mat like this, maybe you can kind of stick your forearms to it in number 11. Maybe you want to go traditional Dharma Misha style here. Shoulders are rotating and opening a bit less, but that's fine. You can go all the way to forearm stand or just dolphin pose. Okay, I'm going to press and come on up. A little bit like down dog, really. The closer you walk up towards your elbows, the stronger the position's going to feel. Try and scoop your belly button up. Push your ears back through between your biceps. Never rest on the head. There's always someone resting on the head somewhere in class. Don't be them. Be you. Walk towards that elbows a little bit. If you want to start to straighten out a limb and come on up into your forearms, then you can. So this is the part where everyone's probably going to jump in the comment section, start to debate whether we're going into pointed foot or flex foot for this pose. This is the one pose where I go into dorsiflexion rather than plantar flexion. Personal preference, guys, it doesn't matter that much. I'm going to release that down and bring the knees down onto the mat. Okay, let's drill and isolate that external rotate now. So I'm going to bring elbows down, hands to touch. And as we exhale, guys, just press the hands as far apart as they'll go. You should feel some activation, some pinch in the back of the shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring them together. Exhale, press them out. Inhale together. Exhale, press apart. Inhale together. Shoulder flexion. So we're going to bring it into puppy pose, and you're welcome to do this with a block between your hands. You can straighten out your legs, and we'll take a black and white photo of you, put you in yoga journal. Okay, that's fine. It's awesome if you can do that, but you know, you can be way up here. This is fine. You can be barely touching your chin on the mat. It's all good. As we exhale, let's slide our chest along the floor. Bring it down. Alright, so we want to find more external rotation of our shoulders. We can just change the angle here. We're going to bring the arms out like we're doing gun show, like we're flexing. Okay, elbows pretty much in line with shoulder. Keeping that shoulder as close to the floor as I can. And actually pretty much touch one on the floor. And start to roll towards that side of the body. Maybe you can even extend that top leg back up over, dependent on how far your shoulder goes here. Gently come back over. Gun show on the left side. Spider hand on the right side. Evil dead hand here. And then you can start to bring that top leg up and back too. And rolling back through to center. So we want to express a shoulder extension now. There's a couple of ways that we can do that. We'll bring our hands behind our back, first of all. Chin on the mat, engage your legs. Exhale, press your hands up away from your butt. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Switch the interlace. Press up. And this time, extend the whole body off the ground as well. Slowly back down. Okay guys, so we're going to point our right hand forward to our left hand side, click our fingers, and like it's a dance choreo class. Just going to roll over onto our back. Now I wish that works seamlessly. It doesn't. We have to kind of shuffle ourselves back onto our mat, really. But here's what we're going to work, okay? Shoulder extension, one more time. So we're going to bring the hands out, palms down wide, and then start to walk them up and towards one another. Now probably, not always, but probably, we're going to have to start to do this. To continue walking our hands back, we're going to have to start to lift our chest up. We're probably, a lot of it's going to have to sit all the way up. We'll walk until the hands come together. When the hands are together, we're just going to hold here. I'm trying to create a little bit of softness in the elbow. We're going to walk them slowly apart. Bring ourselves then all the way down flat. Time to palm skyward. Lie down, let the ground take 100% of your body weight. Final Shavasana. Either stay here, or if you think your hips would handle it, for a couple of minutes. It's quality over quantity we're going for. You could always bring the soles of the feet together and just be here. Natural breathing, watch the breath. And bring the knees together, or if the legs are straight, bend the knees. Bring the knees up into the chest. You can give the legs a hug, or not, whatever feels better, whatever feels best. Exhale, take a roll to one side, gently choosing right, as always, and then pushing up to vertical. And gently blinking the eyes open. Thanks a lot guys, I'll catch you next time on your mat.